Hey, Ikare back at it again to get into a little bit more information on the Black Sun. In this video, we're going to get into a little bit about the goddess Freya um, and a wonderful ancient Taoist mudra that gives you the ability to create wind within yourself and all around you. But we're going to focus the energy inwardly in a nice cosmic room to go along with that mudra that will assist you in creating those changes within your consciousness, within your psyche. This video, I want to talk a little bit about desire. Like we're taught in most modern religions that is not good to desire anything, not good to desire to manifest your heart's true desire, never to shoot for the stars. You know what I mean? So when you're working with the goddess Freya, she's not about that. In fact, her desires, you know, she loves your desire. Let me read a little bit from one of the texts I have. It says, in most modern religions, it is unheard of to hear eroticism associated with the divine. Freya is about sexuality. Her rune, the runes associated with her, is one of them is the Fahil rune. And if you work enough with that Fahil rune, it's a fiery red energy associated with abundance, prosperity, also sexual energy and sexual attractiveness. A couple of people I talked with, been working with that rune as of late, and I can tell you, don't work with that rune before you go to sleep at night, because it'll have you wide open and in the mood for romance. It's a very erotic type of fiery energy, conducive for attracting wealth and all that, but it gets those sexual energies moving, that Fahu rune associated with the goddess Freya. This is because most modern religions are alien and antagonistic towards the values and principles of our ancestors. They have lost the sense of being descended from the divine in very flesh and blood. They have concerned themselves with the retreat into heavenly daydream and have lost sight of the fact that the universal imperative is toward manifestation. So everything in the cosmos is manifesting something. So it's unheard of for us to now be creating and manifesting. The problem is our thoughts are of such a low frequency and vibration these days. We're caught up in a lot of illusion, a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, and such. We're creating nothing but chaos within us and all around us as a result of that. And a lot of it is based on ignorance of our creative potential and the fact that, once you, focus your thought and attention on what you want to create and desire, create and manifest, it typically does manifest itself. Now, you got to remember, when you're coming into this knowledge, you already have set into motion creations. If that is, manifesting lack, broken relationships, whatever that is, once you're getting on the right path, it still takes time for you to undo what you've already done for decades in your life. So you have to be patient with yourself. Once you begin to change your thinking and that desire to create more into your world. They have separated flesh and spirit when there can be no distinction between the two, but are but aspects of the whole. They have forgotten pleasure and delight, the sheer joy of life, and the appreciation of what it means to be alive. And any God who forgets that and allows his followers to forget that is not worthy of the title. Freya is under no such delusion. She is a goddess in whom desire runs deep. So don't hold back and be stiff-necked and aloof when you address her. I only addressed Freya a couple of times. The first time she got real jazzy with me. But she gave me what I was looking for. I was looking for a runic energy that helps me to move unnoticed and invisible. And she directed me to a real ancient rune. It's hard to find on the line, but I managed to find it. And the gods. She guided me toward the gods. And once you envelop yourself in that the God's runic energy is the rune towards the end of the rune script, you really move unnoticed. It's practice, obviously, you know, to engulf yourself in that the God's runic energy, and you move about your day, you know, unnoticed. You just have to practice and invoke the energy to have you move, you know, unnoticed and invisible. But the goddess Freya guided me towards that. Your desires are her worship. Your pleasure and joys are her manifestations. Make no mistake. So here we go again. Freya is another goddess that is about manifestation, is about, you know, manifesting your desires. And also keep in mind that Freya and yourself is not separated. You are the Freya energy. There's no separation. It's all about invoking that particular aspect of yourself. And once those ideas begin to float around your awareness, you move on those ideas. You know what I mean? So that gets into the rune and the mudra that I'm going to share with you, because we have certain aspects of our character and personality and ego that holds us back from really manifesting what we want to create and what we desire. You know what I mean? If you're lacking that desire, that creative impulse, the Freya energy and the Fahu energy is very ideal for awakening up that creative potential. Like I stated in previous videos on the Fahu Rune, it's the energy that attracts into your spirit, the energy of the sun, moon, and the stars. The energy of abundance, prosperity, and wealth. But more importantly, it awakens, you know, your ability to create. A lot of times when we want to create, we may not have the energy at the time to create what we really desire in our world. Working with the Fahu energy awakens that creative impulse. I often meditate with that Fahu energy at the root chakra. I would illuminate my root chakra as a fiery reddish color, and I will also illuminate the Fahu energy at the root chakra, and I will call upon this energy to remove any blockages that may exist within my root chakra. I will ask that the energy, strengthen my ability to create greater wealth, prosperity, and abundance into my sphere. You know, and over time a little bit, you will know things will start to shift in that area for you. And also, you know, when you are, you know, working with that Fahu energy, you know, gold is also an aspect of wealth, prosperity, and abundance, power, and authority. So I would, you know, I'm pretty good with, you know, visualizing images and shapes. So I would often engulf Fahu in like a circle or a ring of golden fire. So I would have this reddish, fiery Fahu energy, as well as like a gold sun around the Fahu energy. So now I got the fiery energy of the Fahu plus the golden sun around the Fahu energy. And all of this is awakening within the subconscious, and within your subconscious, the ability to attract greater prosperity, wealth, and abundance. And once you have all this energy moving within you, now it's about what do you want to create with it? You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing with a lot of people. Like, they have access to the energy, or they have the techniques on what they need to do to attract more, but now what do you want to do with the energy? What do you want to do with the information? Like, what do you really want to do? So in the next video, I'm going to share the runes that are ideal based on my studies for the summer solstice that's coming up on Sunday. New moon, solar eclipse. New moon, solar eclipse, and the summer solstice. And Fahu is one of the runes, as well as Othala. Greetings, Kimberly, greetings. Othala, Fahu, and Hagalaz. So I'm going to share those rune energies in the certain rituals they did in that Nordic tradition around the summer solstice, and they use certain runes to manifest their desires for the summer solstice. So the Devil's rune I'm going to share with you is this particular rune here. This hand seal is used by the devil, sorcerer, or magician to gather or create wind in order to bring or remove clouds, rain, snow, hail, and tornadoes. The power that we have in our hands. Oh my God. This can trigram is considered to be the primary hand cell used for connecting with the energetic realm of wind and the air element. So this is the particular rune here. You're going to connect your index finger, your middle finger, and this finger. You're going to not touch this may be a bit difficult, but you're not touching the two ring fingers, but you just have all these fingers here connected, the two pinkies, the index and the middle finger. And this creates that wind and air element within the body. So I'm gonna share with you a rune that is very, supportive with this hand mudra. And that rune is Hagalaz. Hagalaz is also referred to as the mother rune. It is called the storm rune, the hailstorm rune. In divinations, you definitely don't want to see this rune show up in your readings. It's similar to the Tower card in the Tarot deck. It tears down stuff. So this is an excellent rune when you're creating that wind with this particular mudra. So how you want to work with this Hagalaz rune? Hagalaz rune, it integrates the unconscious shadow elements. It's the rune of objective confrontation. Like you're confronting the aspects of your personality, the baggage in the subconscious mind that is holding you back. So you're invoking that Hagalaz energy to remove the blockages that may exist in your character within your own mind. It's like a spring cleaning. Hagalaz rune, like I said earlier, it's a rune of the mother. It's a very ancient cosmic principle. It removes that unconscious garbage, as they call it in some of the texts, that holds us back. The familiar patterns that are no longer serving us, that we have difficulty in breaking those, familiar patterns that keeps us going around in a tailspin of nowhere, doing the same thing over and over again. We can't figure out how to break that. Hagalaz is the energy to bust all of that up in conjunction with this rune. Very, very powerful energies that you're working with when you target that Hagalaz energy and this runic energy to break up all of the blockages that may exist within your own mind, your own ego. And how it manifests with me sometimes when I practice this particular rune with the Hagalaz rune, I may have a conversation with a friend of mine or a family member. They may show up in my dreams and they may be telling me some things that I don't want to hear. But this is the self, guiding you towards, what's blocking you, what's holding you back, what you need to change. This is how it plays out sometime with me when I'm working with these runes right before I go to sleep. Sometimes certain animals may show up. So you're doing good when you're on that path of transformation, mental transformation, spiritual transformation. When you start to see animals connected with transformation. Sometimes when you're doing this work, butterflies will show up, symbols of transformation. Sometimes a snake will show up, another symbol of transformation. Sometimes frogs are just hop into your path out of nowhere. So you have a lot of animal totems. They have a lot of animal totems show up. And a lot of people also have animal totems show up. They just not be aware of what the symbolism may represent at that time. So when you're putting this work in, you're going to have certain totems letting you know that you're on the right path. The lizard, I think, is another totem of transformation. The butterfly, the serpent, the frog. So when you're putting these runes and this mudra into work along with Hagalaz and transforming that consciousness, removing the blockages in the subconscious mind that prevents you from moving forward, you're going to get certain totems. You're going to have those dreams that correspond to the work that you're doing. And also the black sun naturally does this on its own. You begin to meditate on that black sun for a substantial amount of time. It creates change in your consciousness. But now you're conscious of what you're doing now. So when these things start to come up in your awareness, the mudra that I shared to help to release those negative emotions are ideal now. A lot of people teach, moving the kundalini and taking these psychedelic plants or whatever. But when these things begin to bring up that old baggage in the subconscious mind, a lot of people are not taught how to release those energies and not taught how to properly ground themselves. And they wind up losing their mind and going crazy for a little while. So with the black sun, you know, I often visualize it above my crown chakra, and I would call upon the black sun to rain down on me that black flame or the black ray. That black ray is naturally grounded to the spirit, it's grounded to the aura, and I would allow this energy to flow through me, grounding me as I'm meditating. So I'm not ungrounded when I'm done meditating. And then the mudra for release, excellent mudra when those emotions start to arise, especially with all the the planets and everything going retrograde. That tends to bring up a lot of stuck stuff that's in the subconscious mind. So you're going to need to release these energies, otherwise it's going to wreak havoc within you and within the psyche and the personality. So working with the Hagalaz Rune, and this particular mudra helps create that wind and that air conducive for change. What is wind? What is the tornadoes? They may bring destruction initially, but at the end of destruction, here comes the new beginnings. Here comes the peace. And that is what that Hagalaz Rune also represents. So I can't tell you what may manifest. We're all different. We all got our own personal path, our own personal life experiences. But in my experiences, often I'm in a dream with some people I know, and they may tell me some stuff, I don't want to hear. But it's the truth because you feel it. You wake up, like, God, wow. But you make those changes and you move forward. Or certain animals or transformation and rebirth may begin to surface. And that's the totem that you are going to work with that's going to assist you in your transformation moving forward. Those certain animal totems show up depending on what you got going on in your life at that time to help assist you in moving forward. So, the serpent is one of my main animal totems. The dragon energy, of course. The frog shows up a lot when I'm going through certain transformation. The butterflies seem to come out of nowhere. So it'll manifest itself different for different people. So I'm curious, those who work with this Hagalaz Rune and the mudra, the pinky finger, the middle finger, and the index finger connected. But the ring fingers are not touching. So take a little practice. I usually practice this mudra maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I'll invoke that Hagalaz energy to, remove from my consciousness any blockages, spiritual, mental, emotional blockages that prevent me from accessing my true power and potential. It is also a rune of protection also. So you invoke the Hagalaz, runic energy for protection against any type of negative spiritual vibrations or anything that may wish to come against you. And you allow this energy to permeate your aura at the same time, cleansing and purifying the aura. People, like if you're on this path, and a lot of times your family members are against you when you get on this path, friends may not co-sign with what you got going on. They may, indirectly send negative thoughts your way. This attaches into your aura. So if you're not regularly cleansing your aura field, that is a factor when you got quite a few people sending negative energy your way, and this gets into your aura field. So that Hagalaz energy, that black sun energy, is beneficial in cleaning the aura of any type of blockages, negative attachments that may be in your aura. Also, I'm hearing people saying that people are coming into their dreams and trying to spy on them and all that old dumb shit. I had that happen with me a couple of times. On that black sun, before you go to sleep, and invoke it to shield and protect you from any body trying to spy on you and all of that. Blatant misuse of their time and energy, in all honesty. Find you something else to do with yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's too much work to be done for them to be, in my opinion, wasting their time and energy trying to, spy on people that don't even talk too hard. It's trifling in my opinion. So if you have any questions, share in the video your experience with working with this particular mudra and the Hagalaz. I am curious to know I'm sure others are your experiences, what happens when you're creating that change in your consciousness. And, we all can learn, grow, and evolve together. So any questions um, about, we're talking about the goddess Freya. I have an ancient symbol of Freya I have in the Cosmic Rune Magic group. For those in this group who may have not seen that particular sigil, when this video is done, I'll post an image of that ancient sigil of the goddess Freya. Very beneficial. Hagalaz rune is also associated with the goddess Freya. Odin, has sense enough to reconnect with that divine feminine aspect of Freya to learn a magic called the Sadir magic that only women practice. It's similar to, I think, Obeah or Abia, Abeah or something like that in the African tradition, where mostly women practice that particular magic. But Odin learned that from the goddess Freya. It's basically like a sex magic type of magic, but Odin learned it from the goddess Freya. Freya is also a very powerful magician in her own right. So reconnecting with that aspect of yourself, that Freya energy, helps in awakening up that desire energy, those creative impulses to create what you really want to create in your world, independent on what's going on around you. What's going on around you, you have no control of that, but you have control over what's going on in your particular paradigm. So that is it. That is moving as your sovereign self. That is moving as a God in your world. And, connecting with that Odin energy or that Freya energy will assist you in moving forward in your world. So any questions, hit me up in the comment section, messenger, and I'll be happy to assist you.